Good morning. I was just over on my personal account. If you guys don't know me, I'm Chris Voshall. I do a lot with Mizuno on the social media side and also on the, brand product side and trying to get stuff out there. So we've been doing a little thing during quarantine where we've been going through and chatting with some of our tour players for the last little bit, which has been really fun. So we've talked. I think it was last week we did. Who did we do last week? Actually, last week I was on the Mizuno Golf Europe page, and looks like Adam Schenk's on here now. Adam, if you can click on the add thing or request to join, I'll add you on in just a second. But yeah, we've been going through and having a bunch of our tour players on just to check out what they've been up to, see how they've been spending their time, and really getting updates on what's in their bag and see how everyone's doing. So this week we got Adam Schenk, who's going to be joining us right now. So I'm excited to see him and get caught up. So I'm going to hop on in just 1 second. Let's see. Oh.
Good
Hey
morning.
Adam, what's going on?
Not much. How are you this morning?
I'm doing really well. How about yourself?
Doing well. Was hoping to do this outside at the golf course at TPC Sawgrass, but we're having quite the rainy day here in Jacksonville. So,
Oh, is it really?
yeah, a lot of rain
That's
this morning.
So is it supposed to clear up? You getting out this afternoon, maybe?
It is. We're supposed to play the second round of a little mini tour event we're playing here at Sawgrass, but a lot of chances of storms in the afternoon. So, looking not likely, unfortunately.
Right.
So,
That's that, that's too bad. But hey, I really appreciate you taking the time to come join us today. So we just wanted to get caught up, get you live with here, and answer some questions that people may have, and also just check out what you've been up to, get an update from you, talk about your bag, your game, and we're getting ready to get going on the big time next week. So what's been up?
that's right. Yeah, starting back up again soon. Excited for that, but a little practice here and there. Been playing about 3 or 4 days a week. Doing the same thing with working out and trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And when we're at home around our family, sometimes it's hard when everybody gets together and you have a bunch of food and pizza and all that stuff. But I'd say it's been a good little break for me. I've definitely I feel healthy, ready to come back, and the game is trending in the right direction. The last couple of weeks, been hitting it pretty hard, and we're playing another little event. My buddy Stuart McDonald and I going up to Sea Island, so playing this little event. Hopefully, we play the second round today,
Mhm.
and the couple rounds up there, and hopefully that'll be a little spark and get a little bit of the rust off before the Colonial.
That's great. I think a lot of the Mizuno guys are going to be there as well. I actually saw Chris Kirk the other day, and I know he was heading there. I know Grayson Siggs playing. I know Keith will
Uh,
most likely be playing as well. So that's great. That's cool that they're putting on that event just to help everybody knock the rust off and get it going. So that's really exciting.
Absolutely, I'm ready to go get a few of the silly mistakes out of the way. For some reason or other, just always happens in golf. You take a little time off from competition, and you come out just a little bit rusty. So hopefully, just knock a little bit of it off there, and maybe save a couple shots at Colonial. That's the goal.
So is that typically how you've seen your careers and your season go, where you start out a little bit slow and then get more tournament ready and tend to peak late, or how would you describe your game?
Yeah, unfortunately, I would say early days on the web, starting out a little slow, maybe a little bit of the same on tour, but the tour starts up, kind of a mid-season with the wraparound season, so it's a little harder to tell. But yeah, definitely a little more slow than not, just by looking at the results on paper. But I've made a few changes and tried to put yourself in a couple of tournament situations without being a tournament, somehow applying pressure to you. However, you may see fit to do that, and hopefully I will have improved. We'll find out, the first 3 or 4 weeks and starting at Colonial. So on paper, yes, unfortunately, but hopefully changing in the near future.
That's good. So did you, I know it was everything was really just getting kicked off, everything was getting going. So when everything shut down for a little bit, did you put the clubs away, or did you try to keep your form going throughout the whole thing, or what was your approach?
I did. So I hit it pretty hard the first 3 or 4 weeks after the Players was canceled, and Coach Andrew Johnson, he came over from Orlando and worked with Tyler Duncan and myself, and
Mhm.
probably for twice a week for 4 weeks, and then went to Indiana after that. We drove home on Easter Sunday, and practiced a little less while I was in Indiana for probably the next 2 or 3 weeks, just because we had such a long layover, and just focused on other aspects of how I could improve my golf game, mental side, working out, going over old yardage books and writing out some notes that I'd previously made in my phone. And then, the last 3 or 4 weeks we were in Indiana, and, started to get back into it and playing probably 4 days a week, like I said. So definitely a little bit of both. Hit it hard, and then kind of took some time off, and then before things start back up the last couple of weeks to get it going again. And I think that's the same with a lot of pros. I think you would find.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, it's probably been nice to actually have some time to focus on your game and stuff. And also, you're a newlywed as well, so getting to enjoy a little bit of that as well.
I haven't lost it yet. I dropped it in between the Bermuda Triangle, in between the console and the seat yesterday in our car here, and it took me, forever to find it. But I haven't lost it yet. I can't believe it. It probably will happen sometime in the next near future, because I take it off to golf. My hand's gotten a little smaller. I guess maybe I've lost a little weight since I got married, so it doesn't feel quite as good as it should. So it pinches me. So I do take it off when I golf, but we'll see.
Well, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on that. So, so talk to me about your bag. Have you been doing any tweaking to your bag, or looking at anything in particular, or what's been going on with there?
So can I flip the screen around? Or...
Absolutely. Yeah. I think you can. Yeah.
So starting off, I just recently switched to the JPX series iron and the 919s, and I really, really like them. I feel like I'm getting a similar feel. For some reason, the look just looks more like what I was used to, and feel more comfortable with playing some other irons of Mizuno that I've played. And so I've been with those for about maybe 2 months now already, which seems kind of crazy.
Nice.
So those are through the bag. That's 3 through pitching wedge, and then I have the
T20s
and the 10-degree bounce in that, and the rest finish. And then I actually don't have the new T20 in the 55 and 51 of my wedges right now, but I'm currently breaking in the 51 and 55 in the new T20. But when the wedges are new, they spin a little more. As opposed to these ones that are broken in. So they probably go 4 to 5 yards shorter in the air, I found. So once those get broken, those will probably be in play. Maybe not at Colonial, because those greens are usually pretty soft and bent, but coming soon. The driver, obviously, ST20, still doing a lot of testing. I'm currently still playing my Ping driver, but I'm seeing a lot of promising results, and I've actually made a little shaft change in this, which I'm actually really liking. So hopefully going in the bag in the very near future. I haven't had a chance to try the new Mizuno putters, but I think Mr. Jeff Cookie's going to send me a few. Still gaming my Odyssey Tri-Hot from forever ago. And newly added to my bag, a full-time 3-wood, which has been great, ST20, with the 7X Atmos shaft. But great looking club on the ground. It sits very similar to their last one. It's just very square, very clean looking, and I like the black face with just the Mizuno logo on top. Helps you center the ball really well, I think. And then even newer addition than that is my hybrid with a little dirt on the bottom. I guess I chunked it or something. But the chunks go straight, so that's not the worst thing in the world. But I guess it's a 19. I'm guessing maybe they make it in other lofts, but you can obviously change the lofts on the sleeve. I play it. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. In the standard setting. And, for some reason I wanted to get maybe 5 or 6 more extra yards for a couple tee shots. I could, click it 1 notch down and, gain that extra little bit. But that's what's in the bag. And I've got, I play X100s in my irons. And I believe there's what I've done with Jeff Cook and you guys in the past on the range is I've used the Mizuno Shaft Optimizer. And I used it maybe 2 weeks before the players when you guys were out. I did a little iron testing, and it always seems to constantly fit me for the same shaft. Tried to fit some guys for the KBS every time or the Nippon, but it's always done a really good job of fitting me for the same dynamic old X100 shaft. So it's kind of crazy.
That's awesome. And I like it that you go through it, a couple times, and you'll wait a year, try it again, just to see if anything's changed in your swing. And the fact that, you've been playing X1, I believe, for a very long time, right?
Yes. Probably since sophomore year of college. So however long that's been, 8-9 years.
That's great. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about you were showing the fairway wood and the hybrid. I remember a couple of years ago chatting with you. That area of your bag is kind of one that you've played around with a little bit, right? Like you didn't used to use, was it you didn't used to use hybrids, or you didn't have many fairway woods, or?
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the 3 wood or the hybrids, and I've just slowly, swings changed a little bit, gotten a little less steep,
Mm-hmm.
and it slowly just started to get a little better. And I think the Mizuno quality of the 3 woods and hybrids was always just fine. It was obviously just my technique and just having a mental block about being able to use those clubs. So I've slowly
Right.
went over that, and the hybrids are so easy to hit into the par fives. I mean, as firm as the greens get on tour sometimes, you can plop one down from 235, 245 with a hybrid and just send it up in the air, and it's going to stop rather than, maybe a 2 iron where it's going to come in a little hotter
Mm-hmm.
or hot. And then same with the 3 wood. The 3 wood, I've got it turned up a notch so I can launch it a little more in the air. It's extremely hot. I mean, it goes almost too far if I turn it on a down setting or the standard, but the one click up gives me a little more spin and a little higher launch. Goes just a little shorter, about 8 to 10 yards, but it makes it go a little straighter for me. So that's where I'm at with the 3 wood. But it's definitely I don't know what Kyle Hammonds did to the 3 wood, but I guess maybe he put some hot melt in the top of the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds absolutely amazing. Very dead sound, so it's not super pingy or anything. So it's quiet when you hit it, which is nice.
Yeah, and Kyle's so good at that. It's pretty cool how, certain players have certain preferences that they like for sounds, whether it's a hot sound or a little bit softer sound, which sounds like you like the more muted.
Yes.
So it's cool that Kyle's able to play with that and do a couple little things just to tweak that to get it dialed in, because there's such a confidence in everything, and the sound plays a part of that, even though, downrange, the sound doesn't matter. But I'm sure to get it in the bag and to make you feel better about it, that's a big step to overcome.
No, exactly. And then, like you said, some players like the tingy pingy sound, and I guess you get used to whatever sound goes straight, and that's for me. That was the muted sound that he's gotten me accustomed to, and
Right.
like to stick with it, obviously.
So that was interesting. I want to talk a little bit more about, you were talking about breaking in your wedges. So I know some people, they love a brand new crisp wedge, but you're a little bit of the opposite of that. It sounds like you want to take a little spin off.
Exactly. So when I get a new wedge, I'll get in the bunker and hit some shots, and then I'll take my foot and just scrape sand across it and just try and just break in the grooves a little bit, because I feel like it probably means I hit my wedges a little too hard, which I know, but I'm working on fixing it. But at the same time, I mean, my 51, my old one compared to a new one, I bet it goes 4 or 5 yards shorter, and it spins a lot more. So
Wow.
when I get it broken in and get it a little closer, probably, I don't know how many times you need to hit it or how many bunker shots you exactly need to do, but it's almost like I need to have Kyle build the wedges and then have him hit them for like a week, and then they'll be perfect for me.
Right.
I mean, the ball definitely, for me, I feel like it goes a little lower when a new wedge, because it's just spinning a little more. It's a little more flighted. I love the flight of it. It's just if I did play him in a tournament, a brand new wedge first week, I would have to adjust for that and know that if I hit a full one, it's got a chance to rip back, especially if it's on some soft bent or whatever it may be in the summer when it's 90 degrees and they can't have the greens rip.
No, that's pretty cool. So do you consider yourself the type who, like, are you a numbers guy? Are you on TrackMan looking at spin rates and trying to dial those in? Or are you looking more just at distances? Or how would you describe yourself and how you look at your equipment?
So with the wedges, just basically mostly distance, and I don't know a ton about the spin with irons. All I know is if you're hitting a 5 iron, the spin should be in the 5,000 somewhere.
Right.
My spin's always a little higher. If it's a 9 iron, it's right around 9,400 or something of the sort. With the wedges, I'm not exactly as sure, but I know if you hit them hard, it spins more.
Right.
So especially with the new wedge. So with the wedges, just making smoother swings and looking basically all at numbers and looking at just carry, basically. That's it.
Nice. Well, I don't want to keep you too long, and hopefully the rain will start to clear soon. You'll be able to get out there. But I really want to thank you for taking some time to come on and talk to us about everything. And we're excited for the season. Hopefully it's a good one. Do you have any stops that you're particularly looking forward to coming up?
Yeah, I've got some unfinished business at a lot of these courses. Colonial, Hilton Head, Travelers. I haven't made any cuts there yet. So looking to change that this year. So those are the first 3 stops on the tour. So looking to get some revenge on those courses. They've, for some reason, had my number Not exactly sure why, but
What's funny, I was looking at your Colonial stats actually yesterday, and you open with a really good round, and then it's like the second round has fallen off a little bit. So this is the year to
yeah,
get back at it.
yeah. Maybe just play a good round and then an okay round and make the cut. Something to give myself a chance on the weekend. That would be
Mm-hmm.
because you can shoot a low number around there. Still very old school, very fun golf course. No tricks, but
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those courses where you play it on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and you're like, all right, no, this isn't that big a deal. And then you get to the course on Thursday and Friday, and you're like, oh, this is a completely different golf course. I don't
Really?
understand how it's so much harder than the practice round.
Well, that's all right. You're gonna take advantage this week, so I'm looking forward to it. So
I hope so. I think you're out. I'll do my best.
awesome. Well, Adam, really appreciate you taking the time out, and looking forward to watching you all season. And as always, let us know what we can do to help dial you in with anything. And thanks for being such a great brand ambassador. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Appreciate you having me on. Love to come on again.
Awesome. Thanks, Adam. We'll do it again soon. We'll check in middle of the year or something. We'll get it going.
All right. Perfect. Yeah. You
Awesome.
check in on me every once in a while.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and good luck. Hope the weather clears.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Have a good one. Bye. So that was always fun. Adam is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. I was lucky enough to work with him a couple of years ago when he was, I think it was right after he got his card from the web.com then. And it's amazing the speed he brings too. And he talks about like almost literally needing to dial things back a little bit. And it makes a lot of sense how he spins his wedges a little bit too much and needs to back them off. The guy, he's got so much power and he's got so much game. So we're looking forward to him being all dialed in and, had some time off, been working on some things. So it could be a great year out of him. So looking forward to it. But again, everybody who tuned in, thank you. And I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll get some more of these going. So y'all have a great weekend and hopefully get out there on the course. All right. Have a good one.